Welcome to Leadership Hangout series. I am Adejumo Biones, and what we are looking at is relationship capital. We did the part 1, and here we are having the concluding part of relationship capital. Now, why relationships are capital assets? Why relationships are capital assets? A relationship becomes capital when the connection between people has accumulated enough trust, goodwill, knowledge, access, credibility, influence, and mutual value to produce benefits for now or in the future. A relationship becomes capital when the connection between people has accumulated enough trust, goodwill, knowledge, access, credibility, influence, and mutual value to produce benefits now in the future. I will repeat it again because this is the key and the core of this particular discussion. This is the key and the core of this particular discussion. A relationship becomes capital assets when the connection between people has accumulated enough trust, goodwill, knowledge, access, credibility, influence, and mutual value to produce benefits both now and in the future. Now, this means that knowing people is not the same as possessing relationship capital. Get it clearly. The fact that you know someone does not mean that knowing them as translated to relationship capital. No, it does not work like that. There are so many people that you know that you have not had any single benefit from. So we need to understand that. This means that knowing people is not the same as possessing relationship capital. You can have 5,000 contacts in your phone and have very little relationship capital. You can have 50 genuinely trusted relationships and possess enormous relationship capital. So the difference here is value. The difference here is value. Is what value are you giving and what value are you getting in return? Until you impute value, you don't get value in return. It's like the computer language that says garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is what you get in return. Until you have put enough trust, enough credibility, you have put enormous resources into the relationship such that it has accumulated and it has now become mandatory for the other person to reciprocate your good gesture. That relationship has not yet become a capital. So the difference here is value. What makes the relationship to become a capital asset is the value you input into the relationship. And that will determine the values that you will get back in return. Some of the values include trust. You put trust in the relationship. You put knowledge in the relationship. You put credibility in the relationship. You put every good thing that is necessary to service friendship, relationship into the relationship. Once you're able to do that, it begins to generate return for you. And then you can be rest assured that this relationship is the one that you can bank on. First, what do we mean by capital? What do we mean by capital? You see, we normally associate capital with money, property, equipment, investment, business resources, and what have you. But capital is fundamentally a resource that can be deployed to produce value or future benefits. Capital is fundamentally a resource that can be deployed to produce value or future benefits. You see, a business may invest 10 million in equipment because that equipment will help produce goods and generate revenue. An individual may invest years in education because the knowledge can become intellectual capital that can produce professional opportunities. And similarly, a person can invest years in relationship, and those relationships can generate access, opportunities, knowledge, collaboration, influence, support, and other forms of value. That is where the idea of relationship capital comes from. I'll say it again. Similarly, a person can invest years in relationship, and those relationships can generate access, opportunities, knowledge, collaboration, influence, support, and other forms of value. That is where the idea of relationship capital, that is where it comes from. Therefore, capital is not valuable merely because you possess it. Capital is valuable because it can be activated to create value. Capital is not valuable merely because you possess it. Capital is valuable because it can be activated to create value. See, let me tell you this. You see, one of the importance of this discussion is that, you see, most of the things we are discussing here, many of you are already doing it. Many of you have relationships that you don't even know how to tap from. Many have friendship that can lead to greater benefit, but yet they don't know how to benefit from it. They don't even know how to service it, yet benefit from it. So what we are doing here is to call your attention to certain things that you are not doing well, or certain things that you should be doing, to be able to turn your relationship into a capital asset. Many of you have good friendships in good places. When last have you reached out to them? When have you sent gift to them? When have you called them to check on them? Many are wasting out there, having people around you that can be of great and immense benefit. So the whole essence of this teaching is to draw your attention to the things you need to do to keep servicing your relationship so that it can become a capital asset in the future. Now, as we delve down into the topic, I need us to understand some points. One of it is this, and it is that people are not the asset. Do you understand me? People are not the asset. The relationship is the asset, the capital. People are not the asset. The relationship is. People are there. They are not commodity. They are human. But the values you input into your transaction with them, into your daily in, daily out with them, is what makes that relationship become an asset to you. I hope you understand that clearly. People are not asset to be owned or exploited. Rather, the relationship between people can become a form of social capital. People are not asset to be owned or exploited. Rather, the relationship can become a form of social capital. Now, for example, you know a successful entrepreneur. Knowing that person is a connection. But if that entrepreneur trusts your character, respects your competence, understands your vision, and is willing to recommend you, introduce you to others, or collaborate with you, something much more valuable has developed. I hope you understand that. I'll take it again. Say, for example, you know a successful entrepreneur. You see, knowing that entrepreneur is just a connection. But if that entrepreneur trusts your character, he trusts your character very well, respect your competence, understand your vision, and is willing to recommend you, or introduce you to others, or even collaborate with you, something much more valuable has developed in that relationship. That means the relationship has accumulated into capital resources or capital assets. Hope you understand this part very well. Now let's move forward. Relationship capital is built through accumulation. You see, this is an important point in this teaching. You see, capital accumulates. You don't just suddenly wake up one morning with substantial relationship capital. It doesn't work like that. It develops through repeated interactions. Consider a relationship between a young professional and a senior executive. At first, they meet. Then they communicate. Then trust develops as a result of the communication. Then the senior person becomes familiar with the younger person's character and competence. Eventually, the senior person is willing to recommend, mentor, introduce, or advocate for the younger person. What has happened there? The relationship has accumulated value over time, and that's capital. And that is capital. So the key point here is that relationship capital is accumulated through relational value. Relationship capital is accumulated through relational value. The next point is this. Trust is the currency of relationship. Trust is the currency of relationship. Like I always said in one of my teaching, I said, when trust is broken, good deed becomes suspicious. When trust is broken in your relationship, my oh my, you have lost it. You have lost it, because trust is the currency of relationship capital. See, if money is the currency of financial capital, then trust is one of the primary currencies of relationship capital. Think about it. Why would someone recommend you for an important opportunity? Why would someone introduce you to their network? Why would someone lend you money? Why would someone invite you into an important business conversation? Why would someone defend your reputation even when you are not present? Why would someone give you information before it becomes publicly available? The answer is trust. They have trusted you over time. People don't open doors for people they don't trust. People only open doors for people they trust. Therefore, the more trust a relationship contains, the greater its potential relational value. This is why character becomes extremely important in relationship capital. The more trust a relationship contains, the greater its potential relational value. So this is why character becomes extremely important in relationship capital. Trust, trust, trust. That is why people will do all of the aforementioned for you. That's why people will introduce you to their network. That's why they will lend you money. That's why they will invite you into a important business conversation. That is why they will defend your reputation even when you are not physically there. That is why they will give you privileged information that is not yet even in the open, because of trust. People come to put secrets in your hand because they trust you. They know you can keep it. Now let's move to the next point. Relationship capital creates access. Relationship capital creates access. You see, one of the greatest forms of relationship capital is access. There are rooms you cannot enter simply because you are intelligent. There are opportunities you may never hear about simply because you lack access to them. Yes, there are opportunities that you may never hear about in your entire life. Why? Because you lack access. There are people you may never meet simply because there is no bridge connecting you to them. There's no bridge connecting you to them. A relationship can become that bridge. For example, you want to meet someone in a particular industry. You don't know them, but someone who knows you and trusts you knows them. That person makes an introduction. Suddenly, a door that was previously closed becomes accessible just because you know somebody. Therefore, relationship capital can turn distance into access. Relationship capital can turn distance into access. This is why you need to begin to build credible relationship so that you can have a credible network. Begin to build credible relationship so that you can have credible network. Here's another point. Relationship capital creates information advantage. It creates information advantage. You see, information is another form of power. As a matter of fact, information is power. People often discover opportunities through people before they discover them through public advertisements. Yes. Someone might tell you, there's an opportunity coming up. I think you should apply. A friend may tell you, I know someone who can help you with that. A mentor may say, don't take that opportunity. I know the people involved, and I think you should reconsider. Those are privileged information. A colleague may say, there is a new development in our industry that you need to understand. You see, none of these benefits necessarily came from money. They came from relational access to information. Relationship capital therefore produces information, produces awareness. It gives decision advantage and opportunity. Relationship capital does what? It produces information that leads to awareness, that leads to decision advantage, that eventually creates an opportunity for you. Now let's move forward. Relationship capitals create opportunity. Relationship capital does what? Create opportunity. Once you have information advantage, then you will have opportunities. Many opportunities are relational. A person may become your business partner, or maybe your employer, your client, your mentor, investor, maybe somebody who refers for you, collaborator, advisor, sponsor, or maybe the person is just introducing you. Sometimes an opportunity does not come looking for you. Someone who knows you brings the opportunity to you. This is one of the greatest power of relationship capital. So all of these people became your business partner. Create opportunity for you, for your business to grow. An employer give you job. Your client patronize you. Your mentor give you access to him to learn the things he has learned over years. Investors come into your business. All of this as a result of relationship. Somebody decide to refer people to you because they trust you, collaborate with you because they believe you are not going to betray them. They give you advice that ordinarily you are supposed to pay to get. They even sponsor you or introduce you. All of this is because you have built relationship that has led to a capital asset. And here is one other thing you must know, and it is the fact that relationship capital multiplies your reach. It multiplies your reach because it's like a ladder. The place that ordinarily you are not able to get to, but because you know people, you are able to get there easily. It's more like a leverage. Now imagine you have an audience of 100 people. You communicate something. Your reach is approximately 100 people. But suppose those 100 people each have their own network. One person shares your message with 500 people. Another introduces you to an organization. Another recommends your work to a business owner. Another invites you to speak somewhere. Your original relationship has now multiplied your reach. This is relational leverage. This is what? Relational leverage. Relationship capitals allow your influence to travel beyond your immediate capacity. Relationship capitals allows your influence to do what? To travel beyond your immediate capacity. Now let's move to another point. Relationship capital can reduce the cost of achievement. This is certain. I believe that if you have been following from the very beginning, you understand and agree with this point, even before going into the details. Relationship can reduce the amount of time, money, and effort required to accomplish certain things. Relationship can reduce the amount of time, money, and effort required to accomplish certain things. Imagine trying to solve a problem alone. You may be spending 3 months researching it, but a trusted expert who has solved the problem before may give you the answer in 30 minutes. In just 30 minutes. In just 30 minutes. You see, you didn't become less intelligent. You simply access relational capital. You didn't what? You didn't become less intelligent. You only simply accessed relational capital. A mentor can save you years of mistake. Yes, a mentor can save you years and years and years of mistakes. Yes. A professional connection can save you months of searching. A trusted recommendation can save you the cost of establishing credibility from zero without paying a dime. Therefore, the right relationship can shorten the distance between where you are and where you want to be. Get that again. The right relationship can shorten the distance between where you are and where you want to be. And then the final point in this part of the teaching, because it is broken into 2 parts. Relationship capital produces credibility. You see, this is particularly important for leaders, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Sometimes people don't know you well enough to evaluate your character or competence. People, most of them don't know you well to evaluate your character or competence. But someone they trust knows you. and that is enough credibility. Someone they trust knows you, and that is enough credibility. Sometimes I listen to this great business mogul, a great entrepreneur, a mentor, Dr. Cosmas Maduka, talking about someone who wanted to go into a particular business and doesn't have the capital and the resources required. But because over time, this person has been in the good book of Dr. Cosmas Maduka, all he did was just a recommendation. All he did for that particular person was just a recommendation, and voila, the door was flung open for him. Doors of opportunity, eventually raking millions for that particular person, all because the person knows Dr. Maduka. So this leadership capital produce credibility. It also produce credibility. Now, when somebody recommends you, that is a form of social proof. For example, I have worked with him for 5 years. That word carries weight. Somebody look at you and say, no, I can trust him. I worked him for 5 years. I know him is good. Or somebody say, I trust his judgment. Those are weights, powerful words that you can leverage on. See, that statement can carry enormous weight. It does. It does carry enormous weight. So the person's reputation is temporarily lending credibility to your own. The person who is standing in for you is what is lending credibility to your own reputation. So this is why recommendations, referrals, and endorsement are a powerful form of relationship capital. Recommendations, referrals, and endorsement, they are all powerful form of relationship capital. So we started from why relationship capital is an asset. And we are ending here where we say relationship capital produces credibility. If there's any takeaway here, we are simply telling you here that if you know how to service relationship, you can actually get anything that you so want in life. You can get to any height that you so desire in life. For example, there was a time I had issue with a very, it was not an issue. I did a business for them. And then my money was not forthcoming. And these are top people that I don't really have access to. And then I have a mentor whom I know has access to great people. So I called my mentor and I spoke to him about what actually happened. And right there on the spot, he put a call through. And within minutes, the lawyer of this particular people called me. How they got my number, I don't know. I believe that was my mentor that sent my number. And they called me and asked me to send account number. And my money was credited. That is the power of relationship capital. So in a nutshell, the whole essence of this teaching is that what you need is in the hand of people somewhere. What you are looking for is in the hand of someone somewhere. Until you know how to build healthy relationship and service that relationship, you will not be able to access them. But if you know how to build healthy relationship and know how to service such relationship, you are good to go. Thank you very much. I remain Adejumo Be Honest. I'll see you in the next class.